make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever. You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had.
Hello, and I turned my point standings on too early. Whoops. Well, I mean, if y'all want to look at it real quick, y'all can. But welcome to NARL Season 13, Indianapolis. I got Duel with me here. We're gonna be. I had my mic off the whole time. All right. All right. We are now live. All right. Y'all can hear me now. In Duel. Welcome to Season 13,
He's
NARL.
fucked it up and we're already 3 seconds in.
Yep. That's usual shenanigans. Good thing we got practice.
Indeed.
Get the ticker going. All right.
Anything you want to get into, or do we just want to jump straight into what's happening today?
Well, I do want to get into the point standings a little bit. So, I don't know if you've seen the point standings I sent you in DMs, but
Yeah, I got 'em.
yeah, I'm gonna go through them real quick. If you want to, like, I guess I can go through like first 10, or you can go like the 11 through 20 if you want. That work?
Yeah, sure, that sounds good.
All right. So, point standings, race score of 12. Gino Bononi has the 3-point lead over Noah Degenhart. Then Kyle Watson third, fourth Cameron Jamison, fifth Thomas Troxel, sixth Steph Thomas, seventh Cole Rodriguez, eighth Jonathan Salos, ninth Sebastian Amaya, 10th Jarrett Gravoy.
Looking at the next 10 after that, Neil Gallagher leads 83 behind the leader, tie for 12th between Cole Mather and Jerry Cook. Colton Kalovich reigning 14th in the standings with John Felber, only 1 point behind. Brandon Beal, 16th in the standings, right behind Trevor Davis sitting right behind. Cam Smith, 18th in your standings. Garson Muyung and Alexander Gonzalez-Green will round out your top 20 as we come into Indianapolis here for what round are we in the season?
This is round 5.
Round 5 in the Season 13 championship. Currently on track right now, as they have 20 minutes left in practice. It's currently Kyle Watts, top of the times. If you've seen the DSRA broadcast last week, this should not be a surprise whatsoever. This man needs to be stopped at all costs, for the love of God.
Yep. Fast on the board yesterday in CCRS as well in practice.
2/10 over the 74 of Dunlaprod. So Indianapolis seems to be suiting that number 21 car pretty well so far. It's a very interesting track, this one, because it's fast on paper, but it's flat enough that you can't just go right into the corners like IndyCar. You gotta break it up a little bit. So it's a very fast track, very difficult track to overtake. Probably gonna be a few cautions in this one, but it's gonna be definitely a bottom dominant track for tonight. So if you're starting up front, probably going to be the best place to start. 53 laps are on the books tonight, so also want to put the pit strategy into the advantage as you can. Zach, is there anyone that you're keeping an eye on tonight as we go?
I'm gonna have to say, honestly, Kyle Watts has just been dominant, but it's, we got a lot of new faces here, or I say a lot of new faces, a few new faces. I'm not sure how they'll do. We got Roman Gonzalez in the 30. He's a new guy, just joined tonight, and then Elaine Johnson, another new driver on the roster.
Belba right now is currently sitting 5th in practice with a 50.6, since 6/10 off the fastest car in the session. But I do see the 03 having a pretty good day. He is part of that group there in the 11th through 20th that are only separated by a very small handful of points. As I mentioned earlier, the 11th and 12th are currently tied for that position, and after that, it's only a 1 or 2 point difference further on down. Granted, we are really early into the season, but a good day here could definitely boost up their standings by quite a significant margin. Should be a good day for that 03 car. Obviously, shit could always happen. It is Indianapolis after all, despite what it may look like. Not one of the cleaner tracks that you normally see on NR schedules, but could be a good one nonetheless. I will say, though, trouble for Cam Smith out of 2. That is... I think he might have blown a tire, and he's just dead.
Wow, you usually see something like that very often.
Especially in practice. Normally they would tow by now, but he's just sitting there menacingly. I know you know more about the NARL going on than I do, so anything else that we should know?
Yeah, you were talking about John Felber. He had a pretty good run yesterday in CCRS. That's Brandon Beal-Dead off of 2. But he's definitely one to watch for sure. I feel like in that 03 he had a good run. Actually, the last 2 races in CCRS, he did well at Bridgehampton and did well at, I believe yesterday they raced at Kansas. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does. Oh, wait, actually, you know what? I'm losing my mind. You know what? I'm getting everything wrong. He didn't even race yesterday. I was just remembering how he did well at Bridgehampton. Regardless, though, he's still been doing very well, and he's, I think, one to watch for sure in that 03 car, as he mentioned.
Yeah. Currently the points leader of Gino Bononi. He's sitting currently 4th in practice with a 50.561 as he comes down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Again, it should be a solid day for that 24 car. I don't think he's going to have any worry about losing the point standings, even if Kyle Watts wins this race. I think he has enough of a cushion at the current moment where, as long as they have a good day today, they'll still walk out of here your points leader. Apart from that, I don't think there's really much to note currently. 17 minutes remaining in the session before they jump over to qualifying.
I do want to point out Garson real quick. They've had some awful luck this season after Talladega and meeting God in the back straight. And then I think Atlanta, they got killed by a lap car. And then I think it was, I forget what the race after that was. Race 3. I think race 3 they had something happen to them too. And then race 4, race 3 was Riverside. They actually had a rough race at Riverside, but rebounded to a top 10. And then race 4 at Thompson. I don't actually remember what happened at Thompson. I think they got in a few wrecks, and I didn't really see them up front very much. But they've had a very interesting season for sure in that 70 car.
Second currently in practice, Dunlaprad 2/10 off of Kyle Watts in that number 74 Lazarus Camaro. should also be a good day for that car. They might even be a contender for pole later here in qualifying. Zach, is that car? How have they done so far this season? Is there anything that we should look out for with them, or any concerns of note?
I haven't really seen a lot of Dunn here in NARL unless he showed up at Thompson without me knowing. But he runs this is pretty much the exact same paint scheme in CCRS and has had a pretty solid season there. Hasn't quite sealed the deal for a win there in CCRS, but has had pretty good runs. Yesterday, finished second. Joshua Clements after almost getting around him after William Viola spun with a few laps to go, but ultimately had to settle for second there. But we'll see if they can finally get a win in one of Caesar's leagues here tonight.
We'll see if that could be the case. Tala Aziz not currently a good session for him, down in 18th in the Cheese Food Media Ford Fusion. Since we're talking about other leagues, biggest thing right now is that Tala Aziz might be out of the melling seat down in IFAR, going over to SCR with that. Arya, you're a good friend of mine, but why the fuck would you sign him?
Yeah.
Tala's not a bad driver, but he has his Lando Norris bottling moments. I think tonight might be a mid-pack day for him. Might be able to get something done. I wouldn't expect much out of that Ford, but I could always be wrong. I'm not the best at predictions.
Yeah, he's usually pretty good in qualifying. Has some decent solid days here in NARL. Yesterday CCRS had a pretty solid day overall. Nothing too crazy. Got a top 5 yesterday, so see if he can make something happen here in NARL. And
Just
yes,
worked their way into the top 10 in the session. Kenneth Miller on the number 32 FedEx Chevrolet.
Kenneth Miller. I recognize that. Oh, he's from. I feel like I recognize him. I can't remember where.
Halfway through practice, 14 minutes remaining on the clock. Still Kyle Watts out there in front. Dunlop Pratt second. Trevor Davis, I don't think we've talked about him yet today. He is third in practice right now. Honestly, knowing him, I'm surprised. This actually might be a very good race for that 35 car.
Yeah, he's been putting together some alright races. The couple intermediates we've done, or I think we've only done one intermediate of Las Vegas. He had an alright race there. Did make a couple mistakes and had to miss a few races because of said mistakes. But he's back in a brand new paint scheme, number 35, Haviland, and we'll see how he does for sure.
It'd be interesting to see nonetheless. That 12 car, it looks like they just dug it out of a graveyard, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
what the fuck I'm looking at.
What the heck? Bro, okay, let's dissect this a little bit here. So, the only thing...
So what I'm thinking is they just pulled out an old 24 car, scratched out the sponsors, slapped the 12 on it, and called it a day.
Yeah, that sounds about on point.
But they pulled it out of Dale Jr.'s, race car graveyard. That's the only explanation I can come up with this. The entire right side rear fender is just red. It's just spray painted red.
Dang.
It's ain't even just taking a default car and slapping it over on it. They put effort into that thing to make it look like that. This was intentional.
They're living amongst us.
God is dead. And we killed him.
It looks
What
like
else do we have to talk about? We still have 12 more minutes
Alex
of
Mullen.
this session, so before the fun begins.
Alex Mullen in the chat saying he signed 4 new drivers to Mullen Davis Enterprises. And it's granted, teams are not canon to NARL at the moment. However, people still run organizations and whatnot.
If you make your team sound like an investment company, I automatically don't take it seriously.
Yeah, but basically he ended up signing, I believe, Vlado, Steph Thomas. He's still got Trevor Davis, technically Harry Crawford, but Harry Crawford hasn't done NARL or NR in quite a minute. He also, I was technically on that team, unfortunately. I'm broadcasting, obviously, so not really doing that no more. And I believe the other one was, I know there's another one. I forget who it was. It was, I can't remember. I'll figure it out later.
If we want to talk about teams real quick, what about the team that's probably had the worst 2024 in terms of stability, that being Miller Motorsports. I think it's still just Bryson Miller. I think Tala's on the same team, if I had to guess, based off the Ford badge.
Yeah,
But
they're
right now it's
technically
just
teammates.
that two-car program, to my knowledge. Uh, hasn't had a lot of success with that team in other series. Tonight might be a different case, although both cars running a little mid-pack. He sits 17th, Tala Izzy's 20th in practice. But Bryson's shown a little bit quicker here, especially in the later half of 2024 in some other places. Not sure if it's going to be. Not sure if that's going to be able to carry over tonight. He just set a new personal best of 50.912. That bursts him up 13th in the practice standings. But Bryson could also get a little aggressive at times, so we'll see what that 07 does.
Another new guy we didn't.
And there's a fatality in turn 3. William Viola, rest in piss. He's gone. We've lost him.
Oh,
Oh,
he's extra gone.
he's extra gone. Bring out the tarp. Canonically deceased. He's been unpersoned. He's
All right. Okay, so it was Jarrett Gravoy, Roman Gonzalez, Brandon Beal, and Steph Thomas. So that was the thing, and then they're in alliance with Vlado, who I haven't seen Vlado in a minute. Is he racing tonight?
I haven't seen Carl Childress here today. All right, give me my Carl Childress, for the love of God. I need it.
Yeah. Another
I
new
need
guy.
my Copium driver.
Another new guy along with Lane Johnson that joined the NARL roster is Cameron McElreath, 25. So we'll see how those guys do tonight. Roman Gonzalez also making his first NARL start. I don't know if it's their debuts, but first of the season, first in a while, I know for sure.
Shout out to currently coming out of turn 4, the number 333 car, none.
Oh, the heck?
I think that's the server car. Someone has hijacked the server car. That is a first. They're looking at the entry list. That is... Yep, that's just straight up the server car. I think that... Alright, cool.
Oh. My side, it says he hadn't made any laps.
Moving on.
Oh. I do.
Jonathan Salos with a couple of issues on pit road currently. So he's managed to get that thing back going in, and then proceeded to immediately brake check the 97. So, alright, great.
Yep. When Jonathan Salos isn't sleeping in his free time, he usually cooks on the track. But when he's not cooking on the track, he's sleeping. So take that for what you will. I think with drop races in mind, he could potentially be a contender for a top 5 in standings at the end of the season.
Currently, 30 cars have set a lap time, all within about a range of 4 seconds. Fastest being, of course, Kyle Watts with that 50-second time from before. Slowest being Sean Douglas with a 54 flat.
You know, I think the server might be full. Didn't expect that for Indianapolis.
Why would they do this for Indy, bro? Why would you want to do that to yourself?
Wow, that was...
Maybe it's just my bias against this track and cup cars, but I don't know. Open wheels, it's great. Cup cars,
see what happens for sure, but dang. Did not think this would be a race that would be having DQs or D&Qs in it.
I don't know, what's their limit?
They pretty much run a full field. If need be, I can stream you on Discord if they need you out.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. We'll see what happens. Go by word of mouth. Oh. Kyle, watch this guy.
Down the back straightaway, Thomas Troxel, who's about to is currently on his warm-up lap. Troxel's definitely one of those higher tier drivers. About, I expect him probably to sit like a 7th or 8th on the standings here on this next lap. But how is his NARL season gone, in your opinion?
Well, it's gone pretty solid actually. Thompson had a great I say great finish towards the end. It had some interesting stuff towards the end. Talladega was a little rough, but it had a good finish. Vegas was pretty decently clean, and Riverside was also pretty decent as well. I found the server car. I forgot Thomas Drexel's in the 10, not the 16. I don't know why I thought he was in the 16. But yeah,
Because he's running the Greg Biffle font.
Yeah, that would
Biff.
definitely be why. He was actually our Talladega winner, ironically enough. Another thing to note, we have not had a single repeat winner this season, even if you count the All-Star race. And the All-Star Open, if you count that as well.
So coming towards 5 minutes left in practice here. Not really much to note until we get going in this race, so I don't know.
It's good to start early just to get stuff out of the way, just in case there's any issues or anything.
Just as the extra mumbo jumbo as we got 2 cars dead in turn 1. That's great.
Oh yeah. The reason the ticker did not work at Camptopia was because it worked for the first race, not the second race. I did not reload GNL TV for the second race, so it shouldn't be a problem this week since we're only doing one race.
Oh yeah, you want to go over the restart procedures real quick in terms of lap 1 shenanigans?
Might as well. So, here in NARL, unlike the SRA, the first restart is actually canon to the league, and basically, when there's a wreck on that first restart, it is reviewed and you can be penalized on it, from my understanding. But after that, you get basically one restart attempt, but occasionally there might need be more restart attempts if something crazy happens, or in this case, we might have D and Qs, so they might have 2 separate qualifyings for this race in this specific instance. But as for race restarts, again, usually only one race restart unless something would need more than that.
Sport ender.
Yeah, sport ender basically. For cautions, usually Cameron says that before the race via whisper, but basically it's usually he sets a spin counter. If I had to guess, I think it'd be 5 for this race. And on restarts, race restarts, instead of the traditional, or I say traditional, it's actually the method they're using, I guess would be considered traditional, but basically, instead of using the manual cautions that the game has, they basically keep the track green, and a caution is thrown by the race control, and ultimately, basically, I can't get my words together. So on the restarts, you get control after the quiet zone is called, and then when the control is called, that is when you have the freedom to say the green flag if you are the leader. The leader gets control basically, and I think other than that, once you call that green flag, the race is green. And occasionally, they get too many of those yellow flags, and they pull out this thing we like to call the caution cooldown. And
Caution cooldowns are a CIA psyop.
Yep. And if you die, you die unless it's so cataclysmic that somehow it would need to have a yellow. But we'll see how that goes. And then 4 laps to go is our point of no return. When that happens, and I have not seen a single race happen before where that has been interrupted. But basically, once it's 4 to go, the track is going to stay green for the rest of the race. That does not mean, however...
Racing, in fact, it is time now, so we are first going to back out and fix the triple-digit numbers.
Alright,
I'm already a triple-digit number.
Yeah,
by choice.
They'll probably just let you slide on that. But yeah, basically, like I said, point of no return. It's free game, I guess, but it's not exactly free game. But it is something.
Alright, it is qualifying time. If you adjusted your steering ratios, remember to switch them back.
Alright, qualify time. I'm gonna get it on and off track so these guys can qualify. It doesn't look like we're gonna be doing DQs. Got D-Dog in the chat. Hey yo.
Any predictions for who you think is going to be on that poll?
Who do you think's gonna be on that poll?
It's going to be Kyle Watts. It's going to be real.
Okay,
Dang right.
I'm going to give one more try at this. First, I'm going to see who is it that has the 333.
What?
Okay,
It's a server
let's
card.
try rolling this back one more time. So, rejoin the server one more time.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be that 21 car up there on pole. Right before practice ended, Jerry did
Okay,
move up
I hope that
second
worked. Let's go.
with a 52-second lap, with a 50.2 lap time. So might
Okay,
be able to put a fight to
now
him,
we
but
go
he's still got
back, and
those extra
again,
2
steering
tenths.
ratios.
Alright. Qualify time now officially, unless something interrupts that as well.
Drivers,
We'll
to your
see.
Only one way to find out. They got 3.5 minutes to qualify. See who rounds up at the front.
Jerry Cook poll prediction from Alex Mullen. Is Jerry Cook even in this race? Oh, he is. I thought
Yeah.
he said he wasn't going to do it.
He literally went second in practice right as practice ended.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, he won IFAR in Indianapolis recently. We'll see how he does tonight. Remember him saying he hates this track. Got a full field tonight.
It's either gonna be a banger or gonna be
A banger.
hell.
Banger in a good way or banger in a bad way? Not Jerry, then Noah. Yeah, is Noah here too? Yeah, looks like it. They're both here. I didn't even notice. But honestly, Kyle Watts, that's still my pick. He has just been unstoppable when it comes to
All right,
polls.
real quick quoting from the chat, Tala Aziz, please. I'm going to guess not a good session for the 14 so far.
Probably not. There's first laps and oh wow, interesting. Now the question now
Okay,
is
maybe not. Maybe the 14 is having a good session. He just went provisional pole. Still a minute and a half
Oh.
left, and Stun Prod goes an extra 2 tenths.
I was gonna say yesterday Kyle Watts didn't quite get that qualifying run he wanted. I can't remember who got pole yesterday in CCRS, but I remember it was someone important. I do remember that.
31 cars just came across setting a time. One more lap to go for most of them, I'd imagine.
They get 2 laps usually. I imagine maybe that first lap's quicker, but we'll see for sure here.
The 5 of Nicholas Justice is going to have to make a lot out of that down 31st. Then you make an extra 10th.
He might not be the only one that's gonna need some speed.
A couple more laps flow in. It's Carson moving on up to 3rd.
I'd imagine everyone else has probably set their second lap, so it looks like Dunlaprad's gonna have the pole.
It's never over till it's over.
You're right, that's true.
Most likely it's the case, but you never know.
Let me see. Does Jerry or Noah made a lap yet? Or are they even qualifying? We're gonna,
Jerry is currently 10th of the 50.5.
Still some spots moving around in the times. Dang.
And as we enter the final seconds, I don't believe we're going to see any more times here filing in.
Looks like
And that's officially practice over. It's Dunleprod on pole with Talaziz to his outside.
And Tola just said in the chat that is his third second place start this week. And he doesn't have a single pole to show for it this week.
Maybe he could convert it into a win. Unlikely, considering it's a Miller Motorsports car, but you know what? Things happen, but you know, we'll see.
Yep. Just looked at our fuel. The projected laps for these guys is going to be 20 laps on a tank. We'll see how much fruition that comes to if we get any green flag runs. Keyword if.
It's unless we have a lot of cautions where a lot of people pays. If this were to go green flag to flag, this would be about a 2-stop race.
The 0
Unlikely to go flag to flag, but you never know.
33. Let's see. We can qualify real quick. Nope. The 0 nor 33 qualified.
It'll be a lot of work for them to work on. Alrighty, we'll go. Okay, so we'll go through the starting order real quick. I'll go through a set of 10. Zach will go through the next set of 10. Rinse and repeat. So row 1 on the pole position for tonight. Dunleprod with Tala Aziz starting to his outside in second. Row number 2 we'll have Garson Muyoung and Kyle Watts. Row 3 Cole Rodriguez and Jonathan Salos with row 4 Noah Dagenhart and Trevor Davis. After that, rounding out the top 10, you're going to have Thomas Troxel and Gino Bononi.
And just outside the top 10, Jerry Cook, Neil Gallagher. And then right after that, we got William Viola, Colton Kalovich. And then 15th, 16th, Cam Smith, John Felber. 17th, 18th, Cameron Jamison, Phil Parker. Rounding out the top 20, Roman Gonzalez and Bryson Miller.
Cars are going to have a lot of work left to do tonight. 77 of Lorenzo. I'm not even going to bother with that last name. Alongside Steph Thomas. Right behind them is going to be Cameron McClearth and Buddy Campos. Christian Vargas and Elaine Johnson will line up in the next row, with Colton Papyrus and Nicholas Justice right behind them. Sophie Harwick and Jonathan Ward will be right behind them, with Sean Douglas and Michael Solaris running out the cars that set a lap. As for the cars that did not qualify, well, they qualified, but didn't set a lap time. That is Thomas Rosenthal, Kenneth Miller, Brandon Beal, and Jarrett Gravolis. Those cars at the end of the field did not set a time. Going to have a long race ahead of them. 53 laps. That being the case, 55 is your pit road speed limit. Lots of cars taking this last few minutes in happy hour, practicing that pit entry. Definitely not a place you want to mess up on pit road. That attenuator at the beginning of the pit road entrance will fuck up your day.
Yep. I remember hitting that in EPRS season 10.
Bryson Miller just found out.
Oh, Colt Calvin just took a heck of a ride there. And
another
so
car. There goes another. It's carnage
is
down there on the front straightaway.
He is. Oh, he is on the wall. Bryson Miller
is over the wall now.
Bro is straight up Tony Hawking that thing.
I'm waiting for the day that someone hits the pillar there on the front straightaway.
Man, move on. Cameras
I haven't seen anyone hit the scoring tower yet, but one day, whether it be online or hopefully not in real life, it's gonna happen.
Yes. Preferably online, if at all.
Preferably online, of course, but you know, you never know.
Also, the scoring pylon does not give you actual scoring. It's just
a texture.
It's just stickers. That's also a reference to the track. How this I can't speak. It's also a reference to the fact that this track is not lit, unless you're unless you edited the track and added lights to it. Cough, cough. Or your Carmona.
Indianapolis that night would go hard. Penske, you need to work. Penske, you need to put that idea on the table. All right, Indianapolis at night, Indy 500 under the lights? Question mark. Yes, please. Would.
That'd be baller. I wonder how that would change the grip as well. That would probably make them go even faster potentially. I didn't even check to see how many laps we got. How many laps we gotta go through? 56.
53. Oh, I thought it was 53 laps.
Yeah, it's 56.
My bad.
It's alright. You're only off by 3. Granted, those last 3 laps could be a bit more important towards the end, but we won't know that. We don't know that now. We don't have to worry about it.
Could be a good one nonetheless tonight.
Hopefully.
Puppy Ever is winding itself down, 20 seconds remaining in the session. Couple cars, again, that last bit,
It is
never mind.
race time. So rules for the race are that if we have a wreck in the first lap, then we will have a restart. If we have more wrecks, it'll have to be catastrophic ones to get more restarts. To bring out a caution, it has to be a multi-car wreck or 5 cars on the spin counter. If we have too many cautions in a short period of time, we will have a caution cooldown and we will drive through the wrecks. And I hope you can do that fine. When we're about to go green, I'll call quiet zone where nobody can type in chat, and then control where it is up to the leader to type green into chat before he crosses the start-finish line. It's going to be 56 laps. You're going to have at least 2 pit stops ahead of you. Good luck.
Alright, so there you had Cameron Jamison giving the rules for
I don't know what the
tonight.
question was, but I was told to say yes.
That's concerning.
Understandable. Have a great day.
Yes. If you feel that your internet is too bad, it is perfectly fine for you to sit out the race. You will also have the race covered by drop races. So it is appreciated by other drivers if you think that it's bad.
Alright.
As the pace car rolls off, the number 74 Camaro of Dunlopred will lead us to the green tonight. Hopefully, we won't have to have any restarts, or else I'm going to get a little scrambled, but it is what it is. 30-plus cars starting off tonight's race for 56 laps here at Indianapolis as the field paces their way into turn number 4. This will be Dunlopred on the inside, Tala Aziz on the outside. Should be a good one. Zach, have any last-minute picks for who comes home with the victory?
Yeah, it's a big field. A lot can happen. Ultimately, I think it's going to come down to who can survive.
As the pace car is in, down the front straightaway we go, coming here to the start of this race. Green flag is out, and we are racing in Indianapolis. It is a great start for that 74 car as he's going to lead us away into turn number 1.
A little bit of work from that 14. Hold on to it. Just take a second off the extra 1.
This is going to be restart.
And they're already wrecking over back in turn number 2. 1 car on its side. That's the 38 of Cameron Jamison. That's going to be a reset, which means we go through that whole starting procedure again, as everyone has decided to kill themselves as a result. That's one part I love about NR restarts is once the restart's going to be in effect, everyone just explodes. Love to see it.
Alright, so that was attempt number 1. I'd like to remind everyone that the turns do not really support 3 wides, even if the cars are steady on the fast setup. So please take a little bit of time to wait for the field to sort out before you do anything too hard.
And it looked like Phil Parker, I didn't get the full thing before they reset it, but oh, that reminds me, I need to get in and out of my car. That way they're not waiting a millennia.
Drivers, drive to your car.
But it looked like Phil Parker spun there, and that's what caused that.
Based on Cam's words, it tells me that someone went 3 wide and it did not stick. But we're going to move on to the second attempt. So hopefully this time we get a lap in. Hopefully this time we make it to turn number 3.
Kyle Watts, he's moving his tires left and right quite a bit.
Ready to get going.
Oh
Excited.
yeah.
Drivers, start your engines.
One thing I do want to note, they did mention about wall cooling before the, or actually in the Discord announcement of the race. So that is definitely something that's going to be moderated.
Wall cooling is just a communist myth.
That's what I think, or at least that's what I've been led to believe anyway, but it's being moderated nonetheless.
Alright, attempt number 2. Hopefully this one is the actual race start this time. If you're Tal Aziz, Definitely want to try and see if you can get to that inside before turn 1. I think that's how you hold on to that position. Both Garson and Moonyong, that second car there on the bottom, that might be a little bit easier said than done. Out of turn number 4, hopefully this time around, we go racing.
Yep. Pace car in for the second time. Chevy Ford on the front row. It's going to be interesting to see how they take the track this time, if they learn anything.
And we are, and the flag is out. We are racing, hopefully for real this time. Another great start from Dunlaprad puts him right back out there into the front, leading into turn number 1. Bit of a checkup back there by the 35. But it is
And that's
green
going
flag
to
at
be
Indianapolis.
restart number 2. And
Never
if
mind.
we can't make it again, we're going to go single file for this.
Alright. Oh boy. Wow. What happens when you get a 40 car field, I guess. No idea what started that one, but I'm assuming.
I didn't even see what happened that time, I'll be honest.
If we can't make it on this restart, we're going to go single file, and it will also be the
Drivers,
last attempt that we
to
do.
your
Why isn't the back half of the field loading for me? I don't have my render distance set up for the entire field, but because I don't want my computer to die, but they're there. And there's Brandon Beal there in the back with Kenneth Miller and Jarrett Gravois.
I got
And-
the full grid, lol.
In the monstrosity in the 12 car. Put a warp in there in the mid pack from Buddy Campos. Hopefully that's temporary.
Drivers, start your engines.
Alright, third time's a charm. Please, for the love of God. Alright, so quick, you know what? Since we're going through turn 4 here for the third time, quick quotes from the drivers through the game chat. John Felber, we haven't done enough laps for tires failure yet, and Paul, and then Philip Parker goes, "Oops, baby, I did it again. I play with your heart." And then Brandon Beal immediately responds with Hawk Tua, "I once killed myself." Moving on, alrighty. Attempt 3, for the love of God, please. Green flag yet again, hopefully this time for sure. LeProd leading us through turn 1. I'm going to wait till turn 2 before I say anything this time.
Silence is golden.
And they made it out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Thank God, we can resume like normal. LeProd leading away, and there's actually a spin there. That is the 35 of Trevor
And
Davis,
so
the A7
it will be a
of Noah
single
Dagenhart.
file
That's
restart.
going to be another reset, isn't it?
Yeah. This last one will be, oh my gosh. This last one will be the final restart, regardless. It looked like what happened there is, I'd be dead real. Unless I'm looking at the wrong angle, it looks like
so
Noah just
this
straight
is
got in
our
the cover there.
final restart attempt. If people die, it'll just be a caution, and then that's the way it goes. So, we're going to be going single file. I trust that you know how to do that before we reach the start-finish line, so good luck.
The last time they did a single file start was, what was it? It was recently, I can't remember where. I remember it.
We're going single file here. That's how bad we have gotten. I like to remind the audience at home, we have not made it to turn 3 under green yet. It has not been a good one.
This Sunday, DSRA goes to Las Vegas.
Help me. Shouldn't be as bad as Mexico. I think we'll have a good race with them,
To your
but
cars.
Yeah, even then Mexico wasn't that bad.
definitely won't be as bad as what we've seen so far.
Something had to be fixed. It got fixed. This is the final restart. But again, single file.
Alright, everyone being asked to go single file. First question is, how many of them are going to listen? Second question is it going to work?
No. We're gonna have a caution lap one, I already know, but at least this time, the last time, is the official one.
We also
No
don't have,
more restarts from here on out. You are stuck with your own decisions.
or other people's decisions as well, sometimes. Another thing to mention is that we won't be suffering with,
Out to the 77. It is 4:30 in the morning where they are, and they are
Drivers,
racing here.
Start your
Why would you do that to yourself?
engines.
interesting.
Why would you be British like that, honestly?
Real. But hopefully, if it does get that bad, they do end up committing to the caution cooldowns. Apparently those aren't a thing at super speedways. I learned it the hard way at Talladega. Had KT in the booth. That was fun.
Well, the field has singled out.
I would also like to recommend to everyone that you keep a 1 car length gap between cars. If you don't, I will penalize you if you get involved in a wreck.
Ooh. Getting real.
I think Cam has officially reached his I have had it up to here with that shit stage. Alright. For the final time tonight, the pace car is in start the race. LeProd leads us here under single file. Finally time, for real this time, to go racing. Green flag is out. We are underway at Indianapolis. Great start by the front two. Kyle Watts already on the back bumper of Garson Muyoung as we fly into turn number 1. And this time around, we also make it out of turn number 2. LeProd still out front here as we go down the back straightaway, still single file. A little bit of side-by-side action back there with Thomas Troxel, but all singled out up here at the front. I've actually made incident 3 in a turn 3 this time around.
Oh,
So single
Tala
file,
in the wall.
rookie wonder, Talazi's into the wall.
Garson Muyoung slipped up into him, looks like.
Managed to hang on to it. That allows Kyle Watts slip through, gain an extra 2 places. He's going to make his way up in a second. Not clear of that 70 car code down the front straightaway here to complete the opening lap. It's going to be Dunn LeProd who leads us off. Garson Muyoung and Kyle Watts fighting side by side for second place. Jonathan Salos slips his way up in the 4th. Watts still can't quite clear that 70 yet. He's going to finally clear him this time as Salos slips in there on that bottom lane, and that's going to be Garson Muyoung falling down back into 4th place. Not the greatest start for the 14 of Talaziz. That puts him down into the 5th position as after he started second. And already a lockup there. I don't know if that was the 21 or the 41. But I guess it's the 21 based on him trying to move up the track like that. Puts Donald Salos in the second. Garson making crossover attempts now on Watts through turn number 4. Can't get the move done. Watts holds on to the position. But there's already some aggressive moves being made, and cars making mistakes here on to lap number 3. Bit of a wobble there in turn 1 by Trevor Davis. Is going to allow your points leader, Gino Bononi, to make that move to the inside, with Jerry Cook right on up ahead. Let's take a quick look further back here in the field. Nothing really interesting to note. They probably spread out a little bit more than the leaders have. There's a battle back there between Gallagher and Cam Smith, but Gallagher holds the position for now. Cam not able to get to that inside line. And there's another car in the wall. That is the 22 of Colton. Gets it back going. No need for any incident. And while I was doing that, we have a new leader, Jonathan Salos, in that 41 Toyota Camry. Out front as he dives into turn number 1. It's LeProd trying to chase behind. Still part of a tight battle for third. Still between Muyoung and Watts. Muyoung makes a move to the inside. Side by side into turn number 2. Watts yet again gets that better run out on exit. That's actually going to allow Cole Rodriguez to now look to the inside. Might be able to make a move on that 70 car. Has to back out of it. That Saturn staying ahead out here on the back straightaways of Indianapolis. Into turn number 3 they go. And it's going to look like it's going to remain that way. They've shuffled themselves back out. Talaziz made a move on the 87 of Dagenhart, I believe. Holt gets him up into the 7th place. So coming on to lap number 5, there has definitely been some moves for this positions up here at the front, but it looks like things all have calmed themselves down. Most of the field is single file. This version of Indianapolis is a very bottom-dominant track, as you can see. But if you work that middle line slightly, you might be able to get a better run out of corner X. So that's what Kyle Watts has been working to his advantage against that 70 of Garson. And he continues to do it now as he holds on to that 3rd place position. Bit of a battle and further back as Jerry gets around the 14 of Tall Aziz, works his way up into the top 10. Judah Benoni still down there right now. He's going to go around the 14 of Tall Aziz, gets himself into that top 10 placing as well. Been a lot of moving from that 24 and 86 cars, working their way back up the front. As Tala gets squeezed 3 wide middle. Trevor Davis on the outside, the 97 on the inside. Looks like they're going to get themselves all sorted out. Viola there, going to back out a little bit, allow Tala to take that position. Now he's side by side with Phil Parker. Into turn 1, back to the inside, the 97 goes. And he's going to go around, collects Phil Parker. And that's going to be a caution wreck in turn number 1. I think Neil Gallagher got a piece of that too, but it's going to be a 3-car incident. Phil Parker just seemed to, I think it was Viola that lost it there into the 9 of Phil Parker, and more contact between Buddy Campos and Nicholas Justice after the fact in turn 2.
And Neil Gallagher, he just hit the wall off exit of 2. He had a blown tire after that.
And so that is going to bring out the yellow flag.
It looked like Viola sent it in a little deep. Just went around on him. Don't know where to go.
Pits are open this time.
Take a look back at it. Just gets to the try to get to the inside of Tall to make a move. Loses it. Nothing that Phil could have done. Gallagher ends up in the wall as they go around. I'm curious what happened between the 5 and the 66. Looks like the 5 just lost it, and the 66, despite his best to avoid it, just kind of drove into him.
That's an interesting decision by the 5 car. I will say they were not on the racing surface, and the second they got on the racing surface, they just stopped. Were they on the brakes full time? Okay, yeah, no, it looked like they were on the brakes full time. It's just okay, yeah, no, that's just my game being weird. No, they were on the brakes that entire time. Just
5 car, do not pass under caution. I know you won't be able to relinquish it very well on pit road, but if you do continue passing under caution, then I will be taking positions away from you at the end of the race.
It looks like Dunlop Prad, somewhere in that might have gotten back around the 41.
Because once the caution is out, the field is frozen, so you have to do your best to give a spot back to drivers, unless they are
early into this race, back. 7 laps in. But a solid start for our pole sitter, Dunlop Prad, but he has not led the most laps tonight. That is going to, so far, the 41 of Solos. But weirdly enough, it's Nicholas Justice first out of the pit lane, LaPrade second, Solos third. I'm curious if that 5 did not hit, if he missed his box, or might have gone on it too. I'm going to take a look back and see, because I'm curious. What did that 5 car do?
They didn't even pit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he did.
Either gonna stay out, hold that lead, maybe go for the lap lead, or I don't
After
think that's feasible at this point.
spinning the last caution, staying out as the leader, don't do that.
They might just wanted to wait till this next time around to pit, if I had to guess.
Pace speed is 55 miles per hour.
Like the 5 car struggling a little bit with the pace speed. By about.
Yeah, he is going 75.
He is going 80. 85. He's speeding up.
90,
he might.
Oh
Pace speed is 55. Lower your speed to 55. 5 car.
Alright, looks like he finally got the
I hope
I
he
don't know.
pits,
We
because
will
if he
not be going
restarts the
green
leader,
this
we are
time.
fucked.
We'll be going green next time by.
Alright, so doesn't get any cars at the end of the longest line for any incident during the caution.
Okay, yep,
Trevor
going this
Davis is
time.
at the back due to a pits road violation. And the 55 and the 55
Not
and the
going
5
green this time.
is going to pit this time by. But do believe that he missed his box.
Yeah, looks like Jerry's also going to go in as well, along with Brandon Beal.
Alright, extra top off of fuel, as one does. So after the pit cycle, that means Dunlop Prod gets his lead back. Jonathan Zalos down into second. Start of that race, one thing I want to note, even though he's now giving up all those positions for some extra fuel, Jerry Cook and Gino Bonino,
You did the
Bononi,
same
fuck,
thing
my-
I did.
yeah,
I did that
those
yesterday.
two, they were definitely gaining quite a few positions there on those opening laps, making moves, gaining up. If you were tall as Aziz, you did the exact opposite. They are now down into the 8th position after that one. So a little bit of work for that 14 car to do. He does have damage after hitting the wall. That passenger side door is caved in quite a bit, but shouldn't affect him that badly though. That car still has potential to pull a top 10 out today. But we're only 8 laps in, still a long race to go, and well, it's already been a long night.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. So easy to call Gino Bonino. So like so easy to make that
But
mistake. I did that last night.
It just sounds right.
Does.
It's like, do you see banana men hopping over on the hot white sand?
That's why I like misspelled his name so many times on the points board. I always misspell it wrong, and it's because I'm thinking in my head Gino Bononi, or not Gino Bononi, Gino Bonino, but it's Gino Bononi in reality.
So the question is, will they be going green this time by?
Oh, from what I heard, they are going green this time by, unless Caesar says otherwise.
We will be going green this time. Reminder, take 1 car gaps between the cars for the restart in case people have checkups.
Oh, he just
Well, there's
confirmed
your answer.
it. Not the first time I've had my question answered by him as I said it.
Alrighty, so out of turn number 4 we go. Dunlop back out front. Jonathan Solo's behind. He's led most laps so far, although
Quiet
we're
zone.
only on lap 8. Still got a long ways to go. 74 leading us back here to the green on the restart. Single file out. Running
Control.
out of things to say. And we are green flag back here at Indianapolis. Racing is back on our way. Another good start by that 74. Interesting call by the 24 back there. Immediately jumping to the outside. Normally this is a more bottom-heavy track.
I think Truxell got underneath him into one there. I don't know if he was going to pass Truxell or Truxell was in front there, but we'll see how that goes.
Spin in the back. That's the 5 of Nicholas Justice. Only 1 car, though. Add that to your spin counter.
1 out of 5 on the counter.
That's first on the spin counter list today. Down the back straightaway we go. It's still Leprod up front. Follows P2, Rodriguez P3 singled out. But it looks like Garza was looking to the inside of Dagenhart there in the 3.
2 out of 5.
Decides not to make the move. Another spin. I think that was the 25. Didn't catch that live. Oh no, there's another car going slow in 4. That's Cam Smith as well. And then we also got a car on the pits, on the apron there for Sean Douglas. So something happened there in turn 4. Not quite sure what. Well, might have to look at that back later. But back to the front. You can fit all 3 of those lead cars under a blanket right now as they come out of turn number 2. Leprod, Solos, and Rodriguez. Looks like the 91's almost pushing the 41 down here into turn 3. He might be able to take a pretty big move to the inside. Opts not to go for that call. It's still the 74 leading out of turn number 3 down to the short chute before turn 4. You can see they're trying to make something work, but for now they just remain single file. You got to be really clear and quick with how you make these moves here, because you have to make sure you're perfectly clear, got that space and everything, but you got to do it quickly so they aren't able to lock that into the corner. Like I said, Indianapolis, not the easiest place to pass, and I think this front pack has been that evidently so far. Anything you've noticed so far, Zach?
Yeah, I just want to note that last time around, Gino Bononi hit the wall off of turn 3. That might affect him damage-wise, but we'll see if he got lucky or not.
We'll see. Indeed, still single file up here at the front, although really close at that. I think we finally calmed some things down, and as I say that, 3 wide out of turn 3. Kyle Watts there on the bottom gets the move done. That's going to be 2 free positions for him. As he gets around Thomas and Papyrus in the number 2 and 43 respectively. And weirdly enough, look at the outside score, Rodriguez. He's going to see if he can make that outside lane work here against the 41. Not a lot of space being left between the two of them. Out of 2, still side by side.
Press the wall a little bit.
And it's the 91 of Rodriguez gets the move done in the 2nd place.
Wow.
Didn't think I was not expecting to see it pass on the outside today, but he made it work. I'll give him respect on that.
Nicely done.
The top 12 is kind of separated away from the rest of the pack. So you got this group of 12 cars up here at the front, and then there's everyone else kind of more strung out after that fact. So these might be the 12 cars we might be looking at come the end of tonight as we come across the line to take lap 13 of this 56th lap endeavor. And the round goes to the 22. We got a hit from behind. And a couple more cars involved. That's going to be a caution.
Feels frozen.
38's involved. 22. I think the 07 got a piece of it as well.
Pits are open this time. Pace speed 55.
And another wreck in turn 1 to bring out the caution. I think what happened is the 22 got a shot from the 07, and it just did not work out. We'll take a quick look, see what happens. And that is exactly what it is. Had to check up for 14. 07 didn't back off in time, and around goes those 2 cars. 38 of Cameron Jamison goes around at roughly the same time, probably in a reactionary move to the incident in front of him. And that results in our 2nd caution of the day here in lap 13.
Well, that was something.
Yeah.
It's like Bryson might have a tire down.
I feel like this is going to be one of those races.
Potentially.
Yeah, Bryson definitely has something wrong with that car at the current moment.
Yeah, man, there's probably a tire down the way it's looking.
Again, pits open.
Let's see. Will we have any tickets on paper? I thought the run was about the same as last time around, if not a little bit shorter. But it looks like everyone's going to come down yet again. Unless her name is Buddy Campus. The 66 making the call to stay out here.
Don't know if that's going to be trying to get the lap led or what he's doing.
Well, he's definitely not going to lead the lap this time here. He's going to come out... Oh, nope. Nope, he's going to lead this lap. Never mind, he comes up 7th.
Well,
did not lead that lap that he wanted, but this might be him pitting a lap later, trying to get that, trying to get a little bit clear of this carnage.
Actually, yeah.
And as the cars race their way off of pit road, Leprod yet again leads the race off. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the top 3 order.
John Felber. Pretty good stop there.
Problems further down the pits. Cameron Jamison missed his box, I believe. Just now got in it, so...
Yeah, he's gonna be
25 to the back of the field.
Hopefully he doesn't get DQ'd.
Yeah, a situation already gotten worse for the 38. Got involved in that caution. And now trouble on pit road for him as well. Not a good couple of laps of 38 car.
62 to the back of the field. Also, for the people who did get black flags, you can give up your spot on the back straight. You don't need to do it on pit road where there's only a single lane to drive.
Cam Smith also exiting pit road, looked pretty late.
If
Might
anyone
have some
has any
damage.
black
He was
flags
in-
that I've not
He was
cleared,
in
go
pit
ahead and
road
type it
before.
into
I think
chat
he had
and
some sort
I
of damage
will
that required
clear
him
it
to
again.
tow, so... Also a rough one for Cam. He's 1 lap down currently.
I don't know if Buddy's gonna pit or if he's gonna stay out.
I hope for the rest of the drivers on this grid he does. That Sunny King Ford Honda dealership car currently leading the grid right in the moment,
We will
and
not be
it
going
looks like
green
he's
this
going to
time
stay
by.
out.
We will be going green next time by. Make sure to get 1 car gaps between each car.
I think Dunn's gonna try to make sure he tries to make a smart move around the 66.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dunn, I'd imagine, is a pretty smart driver and probably knows that 66, oldest tires on the field. See how Buddy manages it.
Definitely, it is definitely an interesting call by the 66 car here. Whether or not it pays off, I'm not quite sure, but well, see what happens.
Well, based on what we've seen with cold tires on the first few restarts, get ready. Hopefully he's ready. Got any retirees yet? Everyone that started the race is still in it. 35 starters, only car a lap down. Cam Smith, he's the lowest running car right now. Other than that, everyone's
Yeah,
still
it's
in
something happened to that car, so I'm gonna have to tow it. But apart from that, it's been mostly calm in terms of retirements or lap cars today. Granted, that's because we haven't had a lot of laps to do that so far. We're only 15 in.
it. True. Big track, a lot of room on these straights. A little bit of work from the 66 there. But unlike the pit roads, the actual tracing surface, there's plenty of room to make decisions, and hopefully not all guys are going for one decision.
Yep.
I think the most I've seen go at this track is 6 wide in some leagues.
It's definitely. I am still curious why the 66 is going with this call here to stay out whenever.
Okay, so
on old tires here.
we won't be able to go green this time because there was a nice big checkup at the back that got cars wrecked. So we'll be going green next time by, and I once again humbly request 1 car gaps between the field. Pits are open this time.
Looks like Cameron got wrecked again. Holy.
I'm starting to see why you all celebrate the weekly NARL penalty report.
It looks like the 7 was not ready for the 12, and then Cameron tried to avoid hit the wall in the process. Unfortunate turn of events. Both the Cams having a rough night.
And now is when Buddy Campos comes in. So does Jonathan Solos. So
Alright.
that extra lap on a caution, a few people decided to come back in and top up a little bit extra. The Buddy Campos call, again, even more confusing.
Okay, so for this restart, we are going to be doing a caution cooldown, which means that until lap 20, there will be no cautions. It will be up to the rest of you to pick your way through the wrecks and not plow. If you do plow, you will still get penalized just as heavily as if it weren't a caution cooldown. So, survive.
You heard it from the race control.
Mm-hmm. Could be a good one.
Honestly, I think with these guys getting single filed out, now tires could be a little cold. They were colder than they were last restart that we did. So I don't know if it's gonna be a factor or not.
Which is why, thank God, that 66 pitted, because those tires, if the rest of these guys' tires were gold, his tires were ice.
Yep.
97 to the back.
But like race control said, it's gonna be a fight of survival. Question is, after lap 20, what'll happen after that?
Caution.
That'd be unfortunate.
Because here's my only problem with it being lap 20 is that most of these runs have made it about 4 or 5 laps for the next caution. Lap 20 is 4 or 5 laps after the caution.
I see, yeah.
So I think it's just going to be business as usual here.
Well, we're going to rack them back up. Another restart going. See how long they can survive.
Quick note, halfway is lap 28, so we're not even halfway yet. Still got a long ways to go. Probably about a third of the way through this race, but still a long ways to go nonetheless.
Okay, so reminder, we are going green this time. There will be no cautions for the next 4 laps.
Okay, we're back. Server had a bit of a moment there, but I think we're alright.
Yep.
Alrighty, out of turn number 4 they
Return
come.
to your 1-car gaps, quiet zone.
Restart number 2. It's going to get done the prod at the front. Cole Rodriguez second, Thomas Troxel in
Control.
third. And we are back under green here at Indianapolis. As we'll see how we're gonna stay green until lap 20. Caution cooldown is in effect. So we'll definitely get a few guaranteed laps of racing here. Will that make people more aggressive knowing there won't be any penalties for it? Who knows? Already the 46 gets moved up at the back, and then we have another. We already have a spin. I think that was either the 77 or the 00. It was the 77. So a single car spin there in between turns 1 and 2. Jerry Cook in the wall in turn 2. He drops way back. And back at the front, Dunn LaPrade falls to 3rd place. That puts Cole Rodriguez out front for the first time today. And Thomas Troxel into the lead, into 2nd place as well. Another Toyota out leading the race. Nope, never mind, that is a Dodge. First time a Dodge has led the race today. And if Troxel takes the lead away, it'll be the first time a Ford has led the race today. We've had Chevys and Toyotas leading the show. We have not seen any Fords or Chevrolet. I'm having a stroke today. Fords or Dodges yet until now.
Also got a Saturn and a Pontiac back there as well. See if they come up here and try to...
Oh, aggressive move by Tyler Lees. Made one way down low. Was not able to get side beside Kyle Watts. He moves back into line. The 77 is in the pit lane after that spin a lap ago. But it's a 2-car race up here at the front currently. Not that 12-car pack like we saw in the last run. Just Rodriguez and Troxel as we come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway we go. And it looks like Rodriguez is going to hold that lead for a while. Spin further in the back. 22 into the attenuator, up into the air. That's Jonathan Salos into the catch fence. A massive one here on the front straightaway.
Caution's out. We have a field
and
clear.
we're going to have to break the caution cooldown for that one. It's the big one in Indianapolis. Several
Caution
cars
is
involved. A
out.
complete
Parking
lot
lot.
here.
Parking lot and the front straight.
An absolute
Holy...
huge one. I don't know if it was the 99 or the 86. It was one of those red, white, and blue cars. Made contact with the 22 exiting 4, and the 22 sent right into that attenuator barrier on the front straightaway. Ricocheted him back across the track into the 41. Both of those cars up and over. The 41 got a little bit of catch fencing there, but a massive wreck on the front straightaway here on lap 19. That might end a few cars' days. Jonathan Salos here in turn 1 reversing his way.
Oh my god.
Back that
Kindly
rear end of the
turn
car
your
completely
car around.
destroyed.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that was nasty. It looked like Phil Parker gave the 43 a bump. 43 wasn't ready for it. And keep in mind, this is off the corner and then just nowhere for anybody to go. Colton Kalovich
What made you lose your lap?
with one heck of a wreck there. Oh my gosh.
43 and 22 make contact. 22 gets spun around, and it's just right into that attenuator barrier. Flips right into the 41. Both of them go up and over, and after that, there was no way anyone was getting through that.
46.
Bit of a plow by the 46, but after that, there's just nothing anyone can do.
Viola, Miller,
A complete
Smith,
track blocker there at the end.
1262, and Buddy Campos had to come to complete stop there, and that's 66. Nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, I think it'd be easier to count how many cars were in that incident there at the end.
Yeah, that's a nasty wreck. That was bad. Holy. Let's look at that from the 14's roof cam if we can. Not the 14, 41. I get friggin' dyslexia. I haven't seen a wreck that. He is pulling the Kyle Busch. Or he was pulling the Kyle Busch after that wreck. Jonathan Salos. Might just be calling it a night that way.
We're looking at, from my early counts right now, a 14-car pileup out of turn number 4 on the front straightaway. So lots of cars involved in that. Magic Road yet again going to be a busy
Yes,
one.
I will give you your back. 35 to the back of the field. 7 to the 07 to the back of the field.
Also want to see the zeros near that jerk boy.
If there's anyone else who has black flags, type them in chat because I probably missed them while looking at the replay.
Oh. But yeah, that was a
Jerk
hard
boy.
hit there by the 41.
Jerk boy, one of the few cars that are actually able to avoid that.
Yes, you are on the lead lap.
Update, we have Jerry Cook has blown 4th gear. We might have lost the 86 in that. So that's our first fatality of the day of the 22. Also, after that hard hit, is not going to be able to continue. He's done for the day.
Lucky dog.
So only 2 cars have been sacrificed in that wreck somehow, despite that being an absolute track blocker itself. No, I was expecting today to be a shit show, but I wasn't expecting a full track blocker 20 laps in. I'll tell you that much. That was
I don't think
a
anybody had
massive
that.
one.
I don't
Yeah.
think anybody had that happening. Wow. Another hard
I
hit
did
for-
warn in practice that attenuated there is going to fuck someone up, and unfortunately for the 22, it ended up having to be him. The 43 was probably inches away from getting hit there. That would have been a hard lick for him had he hit that. So, yet again, as we're under caution on lap 21, Buddy Campos has yet again stayed out. He is leading our field around. Will he pit this time around like he did last time or not? I don't know. We'll find out. But if he does, that'll give the lead to John Felber. This is the highest he's ran so far today in that 03.
So we'll be going green this time. The pace speed is 55, so please hold 55 or at least within a couple miles per hour of that. Also take 1 car length gaps. We will be doing a caution cooldown for this restart again.
That was insane. I mean, the caution cooldown interrupted for. Well, I don't think I've seen a wreck that bad in a hot minute.
I
So
mean, that was one of those where
caution
you would
cooldown
need
will
a
be
caution
until
cooldown
lap
interruption
25.
because that was half the field.
Yeah, that not to mention it. Quite literally, the track was blocked. There's a parking lot after that. But yeah, as you said, Buddy Campos staying out once again. This time, not as old of
That's
tires.
something you would expect at Daytona or Talladega, not here.
Not as old of tires, but still.
For some reason, Campos has decided to slow down into the 30s before speeding back up to 55 miles an hour. We're not quite sure what's going on there, but
I think he was preparing to
Go
type
off.
out his green message there for him. And as you said, Jerry Cook, no 4th gear. He's done for the day. Along with
his
22.
race is over, and now I don't know what this is doing. He's in a world of his own.
We'll see. It looks like John.
So, going green this time, pace speed is 55. All the rest of the cars are going 55 as requested, so we will hold that speed. Quiet zone.
This is gonna be the dumbest restart. He is that far ahead of everybody. Oh dear God, we are about to witness something is about to go
Quiet
wrong here.
zone. Control.
Don't know if that restart's going to be legal. That might have to be looked at there after the fact. But we are green, and he's got quite the gap.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
Well, they get through turn number 1 good enough here. Campos still leads us through.
Probably be a post-race penalty if I had to guess.
Most likely.
Start violation, probably.
Jamison is running the race in that 38 car, so I don't think he saw that in the moment. Something's going on back there. Why wiggling by the 5 and the 9 there? Not quite sure what that was all about, but... And we already got a spin out of turn number 3. Colton in the number 2 gets completely sidewinded by the 77, and there goes the 62 as well. Another huge wreck. 62 gets on its side for a little bit. That's a 3-car incident there. Due to the caution cooldown, though, we stay green. So moving on, pretend like that didn't happen. Let's go back to the front. Have they caught Buddy Campos yet? The answer is yes. John Felber to that inside line, gets that move done. He's up to the lead. Thomas Troxel going to try and follow suit. Gets that move done before we even get into turn number 2.
Yeah, I forgot to turn my graphic on for that. Totally forgot it was caution cooldown. I mean, I didn't forget, but I forgot to turn the thing on for that.
These things happen. So it's John Felber, Thomas Troxel, Cole Rodriguez, your top 3. Buddy Campos now starting to drop starting to drop like a rock here, but that was kind of expected, being honest.
Yep. And I think the reason that 5 and 9 were wiggling around like that, see the 2-car coming out of pit road, in pit road, they actually had a little bit of beef earlier in the race, I think. So keep an eye on that.
Interesting. John Felber leads his first lap of the day, but already at a 2. Thomas Troxel being really aggressive there. Bit of a slide, actually, almost end up into that 03. They managed to keep it clean, and that's going to be Felber holding on to the lead. But Cole Rodriguez with the move down the back straightaway, using the advantage of Troxel's slip up there, gets himself into 2nd place. Gino Bononi up in the 4th. He started back in the teens. He's been slowly working himself back up here all day. He has now worked himself into the top 5. Could have a shot at the win by the end of the night. He does lead your NARL point standings as we currently speak, is John Felber down the front straightaway. So it'll be 2 laps led on the board for him today.
77 on pit road right now.
Has now
and we got a 2-car spin on the front straightaway. We're moving the 5 and the 25. Somehow barely avoided the insinuator that time. That could have been another hard lick, but we keep air going.
It looks like the 9, what's it? Did the 9 drive through? Okay, so it looks like the 5 just got loose, and then 25 slowed up. 9 wasn't ready to slow up that much, and kind of ended him. Like I said, thankfully no one hit the attenuator, and that would happen just as the caution cooldown ended, so no yellow for that.
No yellow for that. We are still racing as we speak. It is currently still John Felber out front after actually Troxel's move there in 2. I think they've calmed themselves down a little bit. That was quite an aggressive move by that 10-car a lap and a half ago. But as we come down the front straight away, on to lap number 26. Might we get a green flag run here?
Caution is out. Caution
no,
is out.
we're not.
Field is frozen.
Caution's out. Wreck on the back straightaway. It's the 99 of Elaine Johnson and the 7 of Cam Smith that have gone around. That's another 2-car incident.
Man, just as you predicted.
And it looks like for Cam, that might be his day done.
And then Cams have had a rough night. Let's see what happened. Man.
99 trying to get it back going. I think they might have a tire failure.
It looked like the 7 a little over
Starting to run out of things to say, because we're stuck under caution so much. I think I've run through all my big points.
Ooh, that was a hard hit for that 99. The replay, and this 43
and
guy
also,
hit pretty good
also
there,
a
too.
pretty good lick for the 43 as well. Yeah, Cam just lost it there. Out of 4, clipped the apron a little bit too much, sends him around. Nothing the 99 could have done there.
Opening the business time to 25 in the grass for some reason. Came out of pit road. I could see maybe the guys like 25, 77 staying out. Granted, they're going to be a lap down though, so they probably won't be up front.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you need your lap back. You know, it'd be a freeway run for them.
Alright, so John Felber, I believe, still leads. This question is, see, those 20 laps on
Well,
the
the best way to solve that is to pit.
I'd imagine everyone's going to pit here.
5. Once you pit, it will clear your black flag. If anyone got a black flag by just going down pit road during the wreck, I will clear that, but it's also going to be something game will clear when you go in.
Alright, everybody coming in. Looks like Brandon Beal stays out, along with Ward and
Lucky Dog is
Kelreath
also
and
the 25 car, so I will add that now.
Papyrus, since that 99 car is probably called the tow truck to get that thing in pit road. That's going to make their rough night even rougher. There's a running alright there at the beginning of this thing.
Yeah, skin for Dunlop Prod right now.
So
it's gonna
pits will be open
crucial pit
another
stop
lap.
for him.
25, you can still
That
go in.
run
Yes,
with
you
him
can
falling
pit
down to
next lap.
7 is the lowest position he's
For
been in
everyone
all
else
day.
who is
Have
a
to make
lap
the most
down
out of that
and not
first
pitting
stall.
for the entirety of this caution, you may wave around now, but do not pass the leaders a second time.
77 now. Not sure if that was,
I think they were already in the pits.
yeah, I think you're right.
And first out of the pits, Cole Rodriguez gets it, but Bryson Miller with a really good stop. Might have taken 2 on that one, but he's going to come out second on the pit cycle. Cam Smith back on the track after towing. He is however many laps down. I'm not going to bother to check. Yeah, it's definitely been a rough one for a lot of these drivers
25,
today.
go ahead and let the leaders pass you by, since I've already given you your lap to be back on the lead lap, so I want you to be trailing behind the leaders.
Brandon Beal again stayed out, so I don't know if he's going to be pitting again, or if he's going to pit this time, or if he's going to commit with this. We're going to find out.
Apart from whatever the fuck the start of that race was, Buddy Campos made it work.
He led a couple laps, granted with a little bit of an illegal restart, but
So again, pits
That'll
will be open this time by.
that'll be up for post-race review. A couple more retirees to our list. The 41 and 00 called it a night. Not sure if I think it was after that sport ender in the front straight.
Yeah, most likely.
Then there were 31. We going green at halfway. Not this time. Next time around.
Yeah. And 28 is our halfway point, so we're only halfway there.
I would start busting out singing, but I don't want to get copyright. I don't want to get a copyright
We're
strike.
singing
So
around the campfire, a campfire.
and looks like Beal will not commit to staying out. I don't know if he led the lap or not. I don't think he did. But we just. I mean, this is the way he usually does it. Worked for him at Thompson, and also lately he's been getting good finishes. So we'll see how it works out for him tonight with that strategy. I'll put Cole Rodriguez back on the point.
And Dunlop Pride is advocating for a 3-wide Indy 500 start for scientific purposes. I am agreeing with him on this. I will give him the research funding required.
Alright. Heard it, folks. Sounds like something the Mellencamp Hornies would do, not gonna lie.
They did.
Oh.
Starting on pole, threw it at the bottom, with the next corner being an outside wide corner is it's not great.
Nope.
So it's Bryson Miller who's the big winner out of that last pit cycle. He's restarting this race. I keep saying race. He's restarting this next set of laps on second place as opposed to that mid-pack that he's been all day. It's Cole Rodriguez back out here in the lead from before. So what can Bryson
So
do? I
we'll
know
be
Bryson
going
can be a
green this
little aggressive
time,
at
get
times.
you 1 car length gaps. And
I may
again,
as well
we'll
go
be
green
doing
this time.
caution cooldown for this restart,
Hmm.
so staying green until lap 32 unless there is a track blockage.
That's 3 caution cooldowns in one night. Man, you can tell it's rough. Well, you know, they say.
We're only halfway through this. We still got to do that entire stint all over again.
Oh god. Well, hopefully we're digging through the mud. Hopefully there's some gold at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah, so Bryson Miller up to second place. We'll have to see what he can do. Another car I'd like to mention, Gino Bononi up to third place. He started back in 10th, fell down in the mid-pack, has worked his way back up here in the third. Been a solid day for that
Quite
24
so.
car. He might be the car back in a victory lane by the end of this one.
Yeah, he's had a few races here in NARL and CCR. It's gonna be interesting to see how he does right now. See if he can get some good momentum going.
Well, as Rodriguez leads us down the front straight away here.
Control.
Gonna take his time with his command, and there he goes. We're back under green. Halfway through this race, 28 more laps remaining, as Cole Rodriguez leads us into turn number 1. Some cars at the back already going 3 wide. I have a feeling that won't exactly play out well. And there they go. That's a big one in between 1 and 2. Several cars around. The 5, the 43, the 77, the 2.
Still green until at least lap 32.
Due to the caution cooldown, we're going to pretend that did not happen after several cars gone around there in 1 and 2. Moving our way back up here to the front. Cole Rodriguez in the lead. Bryson has a really bad turn number 3. That puts Gino Bononi up into that second place position. Down the front straight we go. It's going to be another lap led by that 91 car. 77 not happy with the 18 for that incident there between 1 and 2. Hopefully they've all gotten themselves sorted out before the leaders come back around. I tracked this big. I really hope they did.
Yeah, that 18, or not the 18, the 77 actually currently with a tire down, entering 4. They're going to
Yeah,
try
he's
to
got
make
enough time. As long as he's got enough time, he'll be fine.
Yeah, that's a rough night for that 77.
Yeah, rough night for a lot of guys.
Oh yeah. Unless their name's Cole Rodriguez, Dunn LaPrade, and maybe
Any
a
of
few
those
guys
cars
up
in the
front.
top 10, really.
Yeah, I mean even then they're probably not having the best of times either, having to go through all them yellows.
I'd rather be going through a bunch of yellows up at the front than a bunch of yellows being said yellows.
Fair enough.
At number 4, no change really in the running order. Bryson Miller did lose another spot, this time to Dunlop Pratt. That bumps him down in the 4th, so that's 74. Still mucking around up there at the front. Can't quite get rid of him quite yet. Yeah, he's no longer the fastest car on the track as he was at the start, but he's still up there. He can still definitely make something happen. I think with how hard Bryson's pushing, though, he might start falling back here sooner rather than later. Kyle Watts touches the wall a little bit down there off of number 2, and so did the 97. They're actually now going to go 3 wide on the back straight a little bit after that contact. Roman Gonzalez is going to be the big beneficiary out of that move.
Oh!
And contact between him and Phil Parker. Can Phil save it? No, we can't. Right into the
right rear hooks the
goes
38.
around again.
Oh, we're still green though.
Still green due to the caution clock. Not sure what Phil Parker was going to go for there. Did not work out.
He might have got help from the 97, but
He was on the outside with the 30 on the bottom.
oh man,
Went in way too late, and then just ran, and rounds he ended up going. Not much 38 could have done in that instance. Let's go back to the front, because we are still green. That caution cooldown still under effect here on lap number 32. Is Cole Rodriguez still out front, Gino Bononi still second place, Dunn LaPrade still third, Bryson Miller still 4th. No change there.
That has ended.
cooldown has ended. Anything from here is going to be yellow. Now, I do want to mention, after that crash to 38, after all this, we're all halfway, still running, somehow.
Like he's involuntarily been involved in every single incident thus far.
Unfortunate.
Not been a great night for him, to say the
Hard,
least.
most of them being hard hits, too, especially that last one, right rear hook by the 9 car. I'll probably be up for post-race review, I would imagine. I can't really make a good call on that up here from up the booth.
I'm gonna
on that
bank
angle, but...
on them staying green here for
Caution is out. Caution
never
is out.
mind.
Field first.
who was it this time? I was gonna do a through the field segment, but looks like Phil Parker going slowly yet again. And
He
there's
wrecked
a car,
somebody.
There's a car stopped there on the bottom.
That looked like an intent wreck.
It was the 18 of Solaris. He's had to tow to the pits. That car
12 car
that a
is the
BMW?
lucky dog. So 12 car, you can pit with everyone else,
it's a BMW
and you will
Z4.
have your
Oh my
lap
God.
back.
Alright, cool.
Alright,
Everyone else,
well,
if you
before I
take
call
the
it an
wave
intent wreck.
around and do not pit during this caution, you'll be getting your lap back too.
Alright, that was not an intent wreck. I apologize for calling it that. It
Yeah.
just looked like it from that TV angle,
18
but...
cooked it way too deep into the corner, and he hit the wall.
Still having a
And
rough
nothing
night,
Phil
too.
could have done on that.
Yeah, no, that was a bad judge on my part. Apologies.
A very bad, not good 2 laps for Phil Parker there in that number 9.
We're having cooldowns every single restart, so yes.
Oh wow, I have not seen
If you
anything this bad in a
press
long
the
time.
F2 menu, you can see where you are on the standings and how many laps down you are.
Alright, well with that in mind, I'm not gonna keep my graphic on for this thing because caution cooldowns to the end. I have not seen it this bad in a long time. I just realized that the 5 pit stall has Kyle from South Park on it.
12 car, I gave you the lucky dog so you could pit with the rest of us.
Oh!
So, hang back for the leaders and pit next time by.
It looks like that.
Uh-oh.
Where'd
Oh,
that brother
we're
at?
back.
Where'd that brother at?
Server had him on another moment.
Yeah, like AJ Rodriguez's strat, not racing. Best strat.
Shane Douglas has stopped out in the exit at 2 on the apron, same spot where Cam was in practice.
He was told by race control to stop, wait for the leaders, so he's doing exactly that. He may want to move at least a little bit, though, that way he doesn't get DQ'd. I think the game might think he's idling, and you don't want that.
He'll be fine.
But yeah, AJ Rodriguez with a really good strat right now in that 78 car, not racing tonight. Very good strat. I think he's tonight's real winner.
Honestly, yeah, I don't think you're wrong about that.
Yeah, he's my pick to win. Well, let's
25 to the back.
see.
5 to the back.
Cameron McElreath in the 25 with a black flag. That 12 car is still in the game. So I probably should have looked at pit stops. What is Felber doing? Not sure. I'll be a little bit displeased. Might be a little displeased. Oh, I think he was DOL as well. Actually.
Yeah, pit road penalty.
Yeah. Okay. I thought he was displeased or something. I think coming into that,
CO3 to the back.
we knew the 91 was leading. That is not the case.
25 is not happy with the 5 car right now.
A lot of guys. That 5 car's had some beef today. Holy.
Not been a good day for that Chevrolet.
Yep.
Nicholas Justice has also been involved in a lot of incidents, but has also made a lot of enemies tonight as well. So that number 12 still stopped down in turn number 2 at the moment.
Okay, 12, you can go again and catch up with the rest of the field. You can pit this by.
Interesting.
He's been given the clearance to get going. So Brandon Beal is our new leader. First time he's been out front today. Noah Dagenhart is going to be second. Cole Rodriguez third. Never mind. Noah Dagenhart to the lead. Brandon Beal's coming in the pits. I spoke too soon.
Yeah. Remember that video I made on CCRS?
I don't think I saw that one.
Well, I do wonder what the implications are going to be after this race, because this is probably one of the worst NARL races I've seen.
This is the one you had to bring me up.
Man, that's unfortunate too, but
It is what it is.
I mean, it's probably been this bad before, and I didn't know, but at least in a couple seasons I haven't seen it this bad.
I just had a feeling that something like this was going to happen when I saw that Indianapolis was the track in question.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. And here we are.
Well, honestly, Bryson Miller, despite taking 2 tires that last pit stop, this pit stop I think he was able to get 4 tires and gas. So ultimately, that strategy worked out for the 07, I'd say.
He's got his teammate right behind him too, Tala Aziz. If we go green this time, it'll be restarting with 20 more laps to go.
Well,
20 laps too many.
I do want to note, and I don't think they can make it on fuel, but
No, it's going to be really close.
yeah,
Like the window's like, what, 22 laps?
it was 20 when I checked it. That's what it said on the projected laps when I checked it. Happy hour. So I imagine, I don't think anybody would have enough or the ability to save enough fuel, but
So we're going green
been
this
proven
time.
wrong before.
We're having caution cooldown as usual.
You got
Taking
Kyle Watts on the
car
grid.
gaps.
man, it sucks how he said caution cooldown as usual. That's unfortunate. Thompson winner up here leading the field now.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do a quick plug because I have nothing else to say. DSRA Sunday, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Please stop Kyle Watts from being the fastest in practice, I beg of you.
No, you're fine. I'm broadcasting that.
That's good to know. We're going quiet
You
zone
can't
now.
keep getting away with it.
Yep. Hopefully it's better than this.
Hmm. 77 has noted some engine issues with that car. I
Control.
wonder why.
I wonder why as well.
And we are back under green. 20 more laps to go here at Indianapolis. Dagenhart out front for the first time today. Rodriguez, Laprade, Benoni, and Miller right behind. Can they get some laps in? We still have that caution cooldown in effect as we speak right now. Looks like, so far 1 and 2, nice and clean. Rodriguez already looking his way to that outside. Does he have that move? They're side by side down the back straightaway, and he's going to take the lead away from that 87. Cole Rodriguez back out front here in Indianapolis.
Nice move there.
And oh, trouble! That's a big wreck in turn number 3. Tall Aziz got tagged. Trevor David, we got car upside down. Another hard wreck. That might be Tall Aziz Day done.
It is still green.
And the caution's
Got
not cool.
tagged by, I think it was either the 35 or the 25 there. I'm not quite sure which car he tagged.
Oh,
Sent him around, and that car might be done.
let's see.
But, unfortunately, due to the fact that we have a caution cooldown, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. We're going to move on. Rip Tall Aziz, Packwatch 2020. Please say something other than fan of X-Driver here or Skivity. I'm going to beat you to death with a hammer. Anyway, Cole Rodriguez still your leader.
Oh, Kenny Campos. Oh my gosh! Oh my! Oh,
we
I don't
got
know where it's at.
another big one.
Kenny Campos, Phil Parker, McElreath, all wrecking right now. The 12 also still green. The 25 smoke pile out of that thing. The 77 of Eberovic once again with a flat tire.
And another incident, turn 4. This time, Cam Smith goes around. I think that's just going to be a single car incident.
Doesn't hit nobody,
And
fortunately.
that will be just a single car. So, the field is currently self-imploding, but because we're on a caution cooldown, again, not canon, did not happen. The 25 blowing
That
up and on the back straightaway as we
lap.
speak. The 12 with a flat. Down the back straightaway, we are going 14. The 91 still in front. The 87 second. He's trying to hold off that. But try and get this segment in while I still can, because the field is currently self-immolating itself. So we're going to go starting through 10th, working our way back up to the leaders. Let's take a look at our through the field top 10 cars. We're missing someone because it's showing.
If I see another message between the 66 and the 25 after this, I'll be disqualifying the person who sent that message. Well, okay.
Alright, so that's the part of the race that we've entered, the part where we're having to disqualify people. By the way, let's take a look at our top 10 through the field quick segment. Been a very quiet day for the number 0, Jeff Gravolis. He currently sits 10th in this race so far. I don't think I've talked about him once, but here he is. He's having a pretty solid night, all things considered. Similar case for Roman Gonzalez. Hasn't talked about much him either, but he's worked his way up into the 9th place in that AOL number 30 Chevrolet. Might be able to get a better finish out of this if he can get that car under control. He's been struggling here and there. William Viola's had an eventful night. The rear of that car is non-existent. Somehow that thing is still running, and somehow he's dragged that Sharpie, number 97 Sharpie car into the top 8. It's currently dogfight up here for the rest of the track. Let's start with Thomas Troxel. One of the cars has been able to lead some laps out today, sitting P7 right now, seeing what positions he can get in this pack ahead of him. One of those cars is going to be trying to get around is Bryson Miller. Got up here into the top 10 due to some McClure. So far, been able to hang on to that position as he's currently fighting none other than Kyle Watts right now. He hasn't led any laps so far yet today, but he's remained roughly within this top 5 window so far today. Had a little bit of Wogo coming out there too. Looking like he might have a good finish after the end of tonight. Your pole sitter, Dunlaprad, sitting down in P4 right now.
Caution is out.
Just faded in terms of performance as the run's gone on, but he's so far still showing a pretty solid running, as I think we are under caution, and it's for the 77, and the 91, your race leader got a chunk of that.
It happened.
My segment was interrupted due to a skill issue, and I'm upset about that.
That's not
But
even
what's
what
interesting is I don't think he got any major damage from that. It was a very small
Pits are
hit.
closed.
But
what the caution
Rodriguez
came out
did
for.
take a hit from that, and he's arguably been the fastest car all day.
I think he was
Not
slowing up,
quite sure what
trying to.
happened now. Let's go ahead and take a look back at that.
He was trying to hit the brakes and. 77's
Yeah,
also-
coming up to lap 77, and the 77 chooses the worst time humanly possible to lose it.
Also not why we're under yellow.
So Lucky Dog is the 99 car.
Jarrett Gravoy.
I will
who's
score you your lap 99. You can pit with us next time.
like the double, or not the zero, the 0 spun out of 1 from 10th. And then after that, it looks like Trevor Davis, Cameron Jamison. Trevor Davis hit the wall right into Cameron Jamison. Right rear hooks him into the wall, and they're both involved, and that is why the
No.
caution's out. The question that is, I think Cameron has been involved in every wreck. Once again, involved in the wreck. That car is still running despite all of that.
I'm sure running on 2 AA batteries, vegetable oil, power steering fluid.
I think that's the best way I can put it. I think everyone's pitted, or about to pit anyway. One or the other, but you know what? I think we're getting closer to 10 to go. I'm not gonna say close, but closer, about 15 or so to go. My math isn't very good, so don't hold me on that. Right, literally been the race from hell.
Yeah, at least the light is. At least we're nearing the light at the end of the tunnel. We're on lap 41 out of 56. We're getting there.
Yep, the hands of the flagman's about to get a bit more muscular after tonight. And I'd imagine a lot of these guys are exhausted, hoping to get this thing over with.
Definitely. Hell, I'm not even in the car and I'm already exhausted.
See if we got any more retirees. Looks like the 27
I think
Neil
it's easier
Gallagher.
to list who isn't retired so far. I think in that last run alone, we have lost the 9 of Phil Parker, we have lost the 25, we have lost the 66, the 77 is
Pits are
still
open this
somehow
time.
here, we have lost the 14, we have lost the 27, and we have lost the 18.
Out of 35 that started, 25 or 10 of them are gone.
A rough night for a lot of cars. What could potentially be, assuming we stay green, the final pit stops of the day are underway. Cam Smith is going to stay out to get some of his laps back. So, in the event that this goes all the way to
So
green,
wave
it
around
won't,
cars,
but
you
you
may
never know.
pass the field. And just do
This
not
could be the
lose
most
caution.
important pit stop of this race, so you definitely don't want to make any mistakes here. You want to get in and out of that box as quickly as you humanly can.
Alright, looking at the chat, Alex Mullen has announced that Trevor Davis is...
You're fired. You are not fit for this race team's outfit. Another, I think that was another 2-tire call by Bryce Miller. He's going to come out leading it yet again. Dagenhart second, Rodriguez third.
Honestly, at this point, you might as well.
Bryson's throwing everything he can at that wall and seeing what sticks for him.
So far, that worked last time. I don't think they're gonna pit again, whether we get another caution or not. I could be wrong.
If it's enough laps, they definitely are.
Yeah, probably, but there's probably gonna be somebody standing out back there. Probably, I don't know. Could be wrong. I was shown wrong a few times before, so.
Yeah, so we'll see what this call does for Bryson Miller. He got the car into the top 10 last time when he actually
I will
managed to
clear
keep
that.
it there. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, someone in the chat, Raspberry says, I don't think NARL's going back to Indy unless it's IRP. Well, hate to inform you, IRP is also a hellhole if you.
Okay, we have everyone
Remember
here, so we're going to go green this time. Take you 1 car length gaps between each other.
The
Right.
Indianapolis experiment has shown time and time again that it does not work, and yet we still keep coming back here. League still keeps saying, ooh, let's put Indy on the schedule. It just doesn't work every time.
guess I
Like, it's a
understand
great
now.
track, just online as hell.
I haven't raced there a whole lot, so I guess that's my
Welcome to
reason.
NASCAR Vietnam.
Gosh dang. There's a lot more than a one-car gap I'm seeing there between the 46 and the 30. Holy. Oh
Quite
my.
so.
Holy.
Control.
And we are back underway. Green flag here at Indianapolis. Will we get to the end of this race under green? Probably not.
Well, it's gonna finish under green either way due to our point of no return. Handy dandy point of no
Point of
return.
no return is for cowards. Anyway, moving on.
Unfortunate.
So clean through turn 1 so far. Looks like we'll get through turn 2 just fine. Bryson Miller got a really good launch on that restart. And what might help him here a little bit was, well, the 87 of Dagenhart and the 74 of LaPrade side by side. Like I said, if you're leading, you want second and third place to start fighting. That's the best thing that you have happen to you in these races. Spin at the back, number 77, we do not care. Moving on.
Again?
That's why I said we do not care, we're moving on. And Bryson Miller's going to actually lead the lap this time around. He's got a pretty good gap right now. He's going to need to hold on to this for these next 13 or so laps. It's going to be easier said than done, of course. That Ford isn't exactly the quickest in this field. See what he can do with it. Again, nothing that's going to help him is he'll probably get back down here and start fighting that 87 again like he did at the start of this race. But they've now singled out, and that's going to hurt Bryson's overall advantage that he has against that 87 car. The 77 is crashing the attenuator in a form of protest.
Oh my gosh! He's dead!
He just drove into the attenuator, just gave up. He just quit on himself.
What a way to go!
He's done. He's out of here with that shit.
I did not have 2 cars hitting the attenuator wall on my bucket list. Or not on my bucket list, my bingo
Well, if
card.
one's intentional, does it count?
Fair enough. Intentional or not.
And,
Looks like a
as we
safety
have
hazard.
11 laps to go, that gap Bryson Miller got on the restart has now evaporated. Dagenhart is right behind him now. LaPrade also in the picture. Don't forget about Rodriguez and Benoni, just a few tenths behind. Out of turn number 2 we go. What can Bryson Miller do to hold on to this lead? It's gonna be a long 10.5 laps for that 07 car. So far, so good. A little bit of wobbling back there between the 32, I believe that is, and the 0. But overall, so far, so good. For whatever reason, I can't describe it. That 87's quicker in 1 and 2, but the 07's getting an advantage back over in 3 and 4. And here's what Bryson needs. Done the prod, back on the offensive, to the inside. 10 more laps to go. Can't quite get the move. He has to back out in a 1. Noah Dagenhart stays ahead for now. Bryson Miller just got 10 more laps, and he could be considered a NARL winner. Does Bryson have a NARL win?
To my knowledge, he does not.
Well, it could be a career first for him, but he's going to have to do quite a lot to get to this position.
Yes,
To
Victor.
quote Jelani Howell, Bryson, you kind of need to lock in, not going to lie. Side by side, a little further back between Benoni and Rodriguez. This is for 4th position, and it looks like Benoni's going to try to get Rodriguez with that outside line and gets the job done.
Victor in the chat asking Bryson Miller's leading.
Trouble, turn 4, the 5 on its side, 70 around.
Caution
And another
is out.
car to the
Caution is
attenuator,
out.
and I think that's the caution.
Yep. Well, question now is pit versus don't pit.
I think if you're Bryson, you do not need that right now. I think that's the worst thing to have happen. He was holding pace of the 87, but that caution changes everything. The 5 lost it out of turn number 4, gets up on his side, the 70 spins right to that. That attenuator has been having a good day in terms of eating other cars.
Driver got into him. Oh my gosh.
And in terms of the 5, I think he might finally be dead.
Finally, it's talking about how Garson's had bad luck this season. Oh man,
Never mind, the 5's still on track.
Gets you open this time. Lucky Dog is the 12 car.
Who would have a good view of this? Lane Johnson would have a good view of this.
Yeah, contact between the 5 and the 70. 5 gets up on its side. 70 car goes around. Hard lick to the inside wall for the 5, but also a pretty hard lick for Garson as well, hitting that attenuator barrier. I feel like I've said attenuator way too much tonight, but
More than you think you would.
yeah, more than I was not expecting to have that word in my vocabulary at all today. But it's probably the most
It's over this time, by the
word
way.
I've used the most today, apart from the. And a lot of cars into the pits.
Okay, so to end this madness, we are going to take caution cooldown to the end of the race. So every driver for himself, but if you wipe other people out, I will still penalize you nonetheless.
Oh, now you heard it, folks. 10 laps of caution cooldown.
So I looked at what Victor said before all that happens. He's like, Bryson's leading. He was holding his own against against the Tani somehow.
Well,
But
on
now,
2 tires,
we're
mind you.
back under caution. Unless he does another pit maneuver, this pit road strategy, this might be it for him.
I get
That caution was probably the worst thing Bryson needed, and this time it's Dagenhart to pull the full strategy option. Watts comes out second.
62, you are on the lead lap right now. Slow down to 55.
I think Bryson came out third.
It was either 4th or 5th. I don't know if he got
97 to the
between.
backfield.
Yeah, I don't know if he beat the 47 to 74 or not. But this time it was Dagenhart to pull the strategy call on less tires this time around. I think Watts did about the same thing. That puts him out second. And it looks like Bryson Miller is going to come out third in line. Jonathan Ward, I believe, has stayed out. So the forbidden Chuck E. Cheese car is your leader.
Wow.
God is dead. And it
Anything-
looks like they have
We are
given,
going green this time by.
looks like they have given
and
that position to
for
the
the,
74 over Bryson Miller.
Restart
So
is the final one. Take you 1 car length gaps.
Alright, get ready for the
due to the
bloodbath.
number of pain and suffering, Cameron Jamison has decided no more cautions here to the end. Unless we have another sport ender, I'd imagine, but it's green to the end here for these guys. So, what do you do? Like, we know it's hard to pass here. We know how much this could string out into single file lines. But I imagine for a lot of these guys up at the front, that 62 is going to be a
Quiet
blocking
zone.
menace. That 87 and 21,
Quiet
God
zone.
only knows. 74 has been quick all day. Bryson's going to be hungry for it. See what happens.
Oh well.
Control.
Pack your bags and call your bets. Green flag for the final time tonight here at Indianapolis.
Already that 87 on the offensive to the outside. He's
Wow.
he's just giving them the positions. Okay, cool.
Oh well.
I don't understand why you stayed out in the first place, dog. I'm gonna be real. And Bryson makes contact with them. Both of them go around. 2-car wreck on turn 2 here. Bryson is not going to be a NARL race winner, folks. Moving on. That actually messed up the front of the field quite a lot, that wreck there. Because now what has happened is that this is a 3-car fight. Dagenhart, Watts, and LaPrade. Those are going to be the 3 that are going to fight out this race win.
Yep. Oh, I didn't really
And
have any good
Watts
picks.
right on the back bumper of that 87. Looking to that inside, coming to the line. 7 more laps to go. He's going to the inside here into turn 1. Side by side, they're going to go. And Watts backs out of it. He doesn't think now's the time to make the move. One thing I want to be curious of, can that group behind them, 4th on back, of Troxel, Rodriguez, Benoni, Beal, and Papyrus, can they catch up to this 3-car train? LaPrade's gotten up there. He's now on the back bumper of the 21, trying to push that 21 to make a move to the inside. Trouble between the 62 and the 5, it looks like. It looks like they made more contact. No one-
Again? How many cars is he gonna hit? Oh my gosh!
At least 20. Alright,
He's got a down tire!
This has been one of those races. 6 more laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Natani still out front. Watts still in second. What can Dunn LaPrade do from that 3rd place position? I think Watts is waiting for the right time to make the move. He doesn't want to. He's got the speed to make the pass, but he wants to wait till the right time to do it. Meanwhile, I think that 74 is just like, go already, for the love of God, please.
There he goes. Well, yeah, he's trying to do it here. Dunn's gonna give him some draft. Gonna take that high corner, get the better arc. Backs off a
How
little
does
bit.
this race affect LeBron's legacy? Stage 5 terminal cancer. Moving on. As it's Watts to the race lead, out of turn number 4, coming to 5 to go. Now LeBron's gonna make the same move as well. Ignore the smoke show on the front straightaway. That's just the 5 doing something stupid. 5 more laps to go. Watts out to the front, side by side. Meanwhile, for second between LeBron and Dagenhart. Dagenhart edges back out ahead. But look at this. That pack from before, the 10, the 91, the 24, the 33. They've caught up. They might be in this fight here too. It's no longer a 3-car train. And now LeBron wants to get to that inside. He's doing whatever he can to make that move. Into turn 3, it's going to be side by side. No, it's not. Datani gets the run out. Running that corner a little higher up gives you that extra bit of speed that you need to just edge ahead of that car that's on that bottom. And that's what the 87's been doing best at. But the longer these two fight, that's going to be more that 21's going to pull away. And the more that 21 pulls away, the less likely you're going to have a fight here at the end. So at what point do they got to say that we got to back out and just work their way back up to that 21 car? Troxel had a bit of a weird entry there in the 1. I'm not quite sure what that was all about. I thought that was going to be death for a second. And now Troxel might be trying to make a look to the inside for the
He's there again! What? Why is it the same car every time?
Because God has left us, Zach. Get that man out of that wheel immediately. Coming to 3 more laps to go. I think there was contact there between the 87 and the 74. Now the 74's got that outside. That's Noah's preferred lane. How is this going to affect it? He runs a little bit high, though. That's going to allow the 87 to get in there. 87 holds on for now, but now Troxel is in that group as well. He's going to try to make this move for 3rd place, and this is just better and better news for that 21 Kyle Watts. The more those guys back there start fighting, and the less they get in line and try to catch up to him, that's more likely that 21's going to be in victory lane. Into turn number 3, side by side again for second between the 74 and the 87. And looks like, again, Dagenhart gets the advantage out of there in 3. On to turn number 4 now. Looks like there's not going to be any major moves through this corner. Getting a move in 1 and 3 could do it. 2 and 4, I don't think it's happening.
2 to go this time by.
2 more laps to go. Zach, you screamed so much about the fire. I think your bike is now lowered.
I think I might have died.
It might have killed the bike.
Well. Oh no! No, get out the way!
Oh no, we got lap traffic out to 62. He's gonna get himself out of the way, luckily. So we still got a fight on our hands.
Oh no! He almost hit Juno! Oh, the 99!
There's another wreck at the back between the 99 and the 35, I believe that is. But it's side by side for second, right in front of the 21. 21 gets a bit of a wobble. It's a 3-car fight through 3 and 4, coming to the white flag. But Watts gets a better run out 3. That gives him another gap to work with. Dagenhart's cleared the 74 for second. It's a single file line. 1 more lap to go. Does anyone have anything for that 21 car of Kyle Watts, or is he going to cruise this one away?
Big run by the 87 there in the 1.
No moves through turn 1 into turn number 2. Dagenhart's cleared that 74. This might be the final corner to make a move. Turn 3, can that 87 make anything work? Down the back straightaway for the final time. He is going to the inside. They're going to be side by side into the final 2 corners of this race. Can the 87 make this move work? Still side by side now. A little bit of a slide. He's still side by side. And the 87's going to itch out in front. He might have it here. But is that 21 going to get the run on the exit?
Oh, yeah, loose on
Yes,
the bottom.
It is. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. 21 versus 87. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Watts to the line. He's gonna win at Indianapolis.
What a move there. Oh, 21's around after the finish, but he's won it.
He's got by 0.07 seconds. He has won this race. Leprod comes home third. Troxel fourth. 91 ends up
If everyone
squeaking out
wants their
fifth.
replays, make sure to save within the next couple minutes because I need
But
to get the
what
server down and back up for a
finish.
different series.
Dear God.
Okay, everyone getting their congratulatory bumps in. A lot of upset people after this one. Broken hearts.
There's a lot of beef, especially further back.
Man, I think that pipe car has more beef than beef has beef.
That's a lean cut of beef that 5 car has.
Good. No.
Speaking of which, he is upside down.
Of course he is. Of course he is. What the heck? Well, after arguably one of the worst NARL races I've ever seen, Kyle Watts. Holy.
Server is going down in 2 minutes.
Not a lot of time for Watts to get his burnout, but we'll get what I can, and then I'll suffice for whatever we do for the post-race interviews. I'll take a look at the rating room here in a minute, see if anyone's in there interested in that.
We got a John Felber, that's all about it.
Alright.
But it's
There'll
Kyle
probably be more in
Watts,
there.
your winner here at Indianapolis. Quite a way to do it, right there at the line, side by side. Dagenhart gave it what he could, but in the end, it was not enough. And it's the 21 going to victory lane here at Indianapolis. Anything else you want to say before we start any interview stuff?
Yeah, not really. I'm gonna save the results real quick before he changes the server out.
Been one hell of a race, that's for sure. A lot of people upset, a lot of beef in general.
What would be a good background to do? I'll probably just let me get a good background for when we do post-race interviews. Yeah, I'm just gonna probably go to the track itself because you gotta put down the server. So I'm probably just go to the track itself, find a good part on the track to just have idle while we're interviewing people. All right.
Well, that was certainly something.
Yeah.
It's one of those races where I'm just sitting there at the end like, what the fuck happened here?
Alright, let's get our post-race interviews geared up. So, doing it in order of finishing position, we got Dunlap-Prad, so...
Yeah, we'll do order of finishing position.
I think, I'm only going to guess here, because I know not everyone's in here, but we got Dunlap-Prad, and I think it was...
Felber and Steph.
Alright, so we'll do it in that order. So let's go ahead and bring LaPrad in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Dunlap-Prad, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you all?
Tired? That
Yeah,
was
big,
definitely a race of all time. Looks like he had a good car for most of it. Started on pole, ended up finishing out in there in the top 5. Felt like he could have done more with it, or did the car just kind of fall into its natural order, you think?
I think the car was just doing its own thing. And with the way this package is at this track, it was in a combination of Indianapolis as well. It's not the easiest track in the world to make passes, so it was going to be quite a bit of a challenge to get around Natani and Kyle there, especially Natani, because there's been a couple of times I was trying to make a move on the inside and outside, and it just felt like that no matter what I did, it just wasn't going anywhere. So I was just had to hope that both of them would just race each other hard, at least on that final lap there, battle it out hard to where I could make a run for it. And it just, it almost, worked out coming to the checker there, but, they kept it clean, which is what you want to see. You don't want to win a race or, when something bad happens to your competitors. So, yeah, like I said, it's couldn't get the job done. But third place, I'll take it either way.
Yeah, overall, it was definitely a race itself. Do you have any reaction to the amount of carnage that we have seen today?
I'm just glad that I qualified up front and stayed up front the entire race.
Yeah, I think we had 3 attenuator hits.
Yeah, that tracks.
Definitely not the cleanest race of all time, but thank you for your time, despite how much of a hell of a race it's been.
Oh, trust me, I've seen worse, plenty worse than this. So this ain't nothing compared to the races I've participated in before. So, yeah, that's about it.
All right, we'll see you in the next one. We're gonna make our next move over to Felber.
I'm gonna go ahead and move you over to Race Channel 1 if that's alright, Don.
That's fine. Thank you.
Alright, thanks for talking with us.
Always.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel.
John Filber, how we doing?
Howdy.
That was a fun race, eh?
That's a word for it.
Definitely a word for it. You kind of had a bit of a mix of day. Was it fully a car beat, but you also got some lap sled in there. Anything to take note of it, or is this just God, you're glad it's over?
It was all right in the second half, and leading laps was of course a lot of fun. But a little more to be desired. I feel like I could have had a top 5 out of this race if I hadn't sped on pit road late in the race.
And is there any comment that you have on just the overall carnage and beef and the amount of death and destruction that we have witnessed tonight?
Oh, let me pick my words wisely here. I feel like most of the carnage was just people overdriving this track and also just people not being where they should be. The 62 for one on that last restart.
Yeah, it was something.
Like, sure, you can start up front. You can lead a lap that way at the end of the race. But at some point you got to know when to give up your position, and it really
Weird thing is that he did that. He dropped back right off the bat, but not before taking out another car off the front.
Oof. Man.
Yeah, it was a strategy call. There was also the weird Buddy Campos restart. Just, I do see your point about a lot of people not being in the right spot at the same time, because that was a lot of that.
Yeah. Also, like, another thing, I don't know who it was. Someone, I think the 5 was blocking Garson the 70 heavily, and then ended up blaming him for wrecking themselves out when they were just.
Was that the one
him.
where Garson ended up in the attenuator?
Oh, don't tell me it was a 5 car.
I don't know.
He was on his side that one.
I was right behind it. 5's pushing, squeezing him way low, and then he warps into him, and then he blames Garson when it really wasn't his fault at all. It was the 5 racing him a bit too hard, which again, just putting yourself in a position that you shouldn't be in.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those races. Overall, not a bad one for you. Thanks you for your time, and good luck with whatever post-race review they're having in that call.
I think I will only have one mark against me, and that was me wrecking Cam Smith on accident, and then
honestly,
me
compared to
feeling
some
bad
people,
in
that's
the
a
beginning,
godsend.
and then him berating me, so then me not really caring, and then he ended up finishing like top 15. So in the end, did it really matter? I don't think so.
I'm surprised he finished in the top 15, given how many times he got wrecked.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm just guessing, because like I know he restarted like 2 positions behind me on that last restart, and I don't know if he gained or lost, but I finished 10th, and hopefully he finished well as well. Thank you.
No problem, Les. No problem. See you in the next one. Until then, good luck.
Alright, I'm gonna move you to race room 1.
User
I
disconnected
guess he
from
already
your
left.
channel.
Alright, let's bring our last guy in here, Steph.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Steph.
Hello.
You had a rough race, didn't you?
Definitely. It's my first race for Mullen Davis Enterprises, and I just get caught up in all the wrecks. Blow my engine. Certainly not the best first race being on a team. So, but I have to do
Yeah.
better next week. I've tested at Iowa, seems pretty good. Uh, I'll stop driving Dodges after this race. I'll drive Pontiacs for Molly Davis Enterprises. So it's gonna be some different. But yeah, it was rough. Indy is not one of my favorites, but oh well, it happens. We all
That
have.
43 car took quite a few hits today in some of those wrecks.
Yeah,
That's been definitely a clean one, that's for sure.
yeah, definitely. Oof, it was just very unlucky. Very unlucky. Just very unlucky.
Do you feel happy with where you ended up finishing, or do you feel like it could have gone better for you considering the amount of death and destruction that we witnessed today?
I feel like it could have gone better, definitely, but also Indy is just really tight. I don't really do good at tracks that are very tight, so I don't know. But I'd like to think I would definitely do better than 25th.
Oh.
Yeah, but unfortunately, these things do happen.
Yep.
Did you get any incidents with the 5 per chance?
Not really. I mean, not from what I remember. I mean, I think he tried to take it 3 wide once, and that didn't end up working out. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and rewatch that.
You are one of few.
One of few, yeah.
Oh.
It was a rough one for a lot of people with that guy specifically.
Ooh. Yeah, I heard.
I think you were part of that one incident there that involved the 22 going in the interior. You were the one that ended up spinning into the pits in that incident, right?
Yeah, I was afraid I was gonna hit that pit wall.
Yeah, what happened there? Because that ended up in a straight up track blocker.
Honestly, I can't really remember well. Once these races end, I have to really just go back and watch it to remember what the heck happened.
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
I think I got spun coming into a corner. I don't know. I think somebody overshot it, and that spun me coming into the front straight, and I almost hit the pit wall. And I just had to dove down into pit road. That's what I remember.
Well, overall, 22nd. Probably not the best. 25th. I meant probably not the best, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say before we let you go and go to bed? Because I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to bed after
Yeah.
this one.
Well, if we're in the case of going to bed, well, good night.
I've had up to here with that shit.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. Adios, Steph.
User disconnected from your channel.
Well,
So
that
think
was
that's
help.
it.
Yeah.
God has left us.
Next broadcast we're doing this Sunday, DSRA goes to Las Vegas. It will not be a Wreckfest, hopefully.
Las Vegas is alright.
Yeah. It was alright last season.
Yeah. Bryson, you kind of got lucky, and not gonna lie.
He actually did really good today. I just luck didn't quite go his way on that. But ultimately, I think this is definitely one of the worst races I've seen in NARL. The applications that'll be decided by race control, league owner Cameron Jamison. It'll be interesting to see what happens from this. I'm sure the penalty list is going to be very exciting to watch. And,
Indeed.
I think other than that, that's all I got to say. You got any last words?
I'm gonna bomb something.
I mean, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm just saying, like, you got any last words to broadcast? Gonna kill you? Are you gonna bomb this?
Elton Sawyer, alright, expect some mail. Go ahead, it's just mail. Open it, I swear. There's definitely not anything inside of it. Just go ahead. Just open it, alright, buddy? It's fine.
Alright. Well, for me, Duel, everyone that watched, be sure to like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you Sunday.